It is Wednesday night, and had a great day today. I'm really excited about what I want to show you guys. Found pretty much the perfect base bat for the dirty girl, the vampire bat, Lucille. So we're gonna try and get this thing in working order tonight. I have a little bit of time tomorrow night to work on it. My dilemma is how to add the barbed wire to the end here, but also be safe, you know, because this is for an office party. We don't want, you know, I was thinking some things that I have lying around the house that I could do this with. I know that at some of the Halloween stores they sell like a plastic barbed wire, but I don't really have time, so let's try and figure it out with things that we have around the house, right? At first I was thinking, you know, maybe I could use some type of cord or cabling, paint it, and then wrap it around, but I don't really have any expendable cables at the moment. Everything I have pretty much has a purpose, and I don't want to do anything too wasteful. I did for some time, I had like a USB card reader or something that actually had a very silver looking cable, but you know, of course I can't find it when I need it, and you know, I probably donated it, because I try not to keep anything too superfluous around. So I was looking around the house. We have kind of like a thermal shopping bag or some things that are somewhat reflective, but I don't really want the barbed wire to look too immaculate, you know, too shiny or too silver. So it would be nice to kind of add some gore or some blood to it. So I'm thinking I might need something that is more or less absorbent or can be painted. I was going around just before I fixed dinner, and I remembered I have an abundance of shoes. And I have these Nike Air Max that I almost never wear, and they have a really nice, like light gray, almost a steel shoelace. So I think that's going to be the base. You can always order more new, you know, shoelaces from Amazon or whatever. And what I think we can do with these is to glue it to the bat easily. I'll probably use a hot glue gun. We'll get into that in a second. And I can also like take one lace and cut it in sections and then tie it around the other lace to make it look like the barbs on the barbed wire. Provided, you know, there's enough and that they're long enough. Again, this is what I'd consider a closet cosplay, and it's going to be by nowhere near like screen accurate or perfect, but that's the fun of it. You know, it's doing something creative with what you have in front of you that makes these projects so much fun. So here's a good length of shoelace. I think if we kind of start it there, we can do quite a few trips around the bat and look halfway decent. I mean, again, it's definitely not exact. Maybe we can shrink it a little bit, make it cover less of the handle of the bat, and make it a little bit more dense. And I don't think we're going to need quite the entire length of the other lace. That's pretty good. So we might have some extra to kind of double back and wrap up. Alright, so I got a couple supplies here. I got the length of shoestring and my hot glue gun, a pair of scissors that I don't really care too much about, really abusing. So I think the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish here, let's see if I can get a straight look on it. 2 shoelaces. The first one, I'm gonna cut these ends off because I want to be able to use the maximum length of shoelace, and I can't have it resembling the actual lace. Alright, so just going to set those over there to the side. The next I'm going to do is the same to the other lace. 1 and 2. And then what I want to do is take one shoelace and section it off into small pieces, taking those and making knots around the other shoelace so the untied pieces of knot resemble what makes the barbs on barbed wire. So that's a pretty good, could be a little bit shorter than that. What I'm going to do is get one that I'm happy with and then cut the other pieces to that same length. So I'm going to cut that size like that, untie it, untie the piece, and then I have a length that's the same length that I want to repeat. I'll know how many I can get based on using that one length. It doesn't have to be exact. I think the less uniform it is, the grittier it'll look, and the more accurate it'll be to the grittiness of the show. That's 2. I'm just going to repeat this for as much of this other shoelace that I feel like sacrificing. I can hear my hot glue gun warming up. So I might just use this whole shoelace for this. I was thinking that I might not, but now that I'm thinking about the project, I want the piece of barbed wire to look as formidable as I can. Alright, so I got quite a few of those pieces sectioned out of this one shoelace. And then I have the entire length of the other shoelace, tie those around. One thing I want to do is measure, son of a gun, spill everything. One thing I want to do is measure the diameter of the bat versus the length of shoelace, so I know how low I can go on the shoelace itself. So starting right there, that's about the length of the lace that I don't want to tie any barbs around. So I think for just a little reference, I'm going to go ahead and make a dot of glue there. Just something that I can see, not visually intrusive. See that? barely noticeable. I'm going to do the same on the other length of shoelace around the fat end of the bat here. Tough to see, tough to manage. I don't really have a decent tripod. I'm using this handheld little selfie stick tripod. So same thing. Just a little drop of glue here. Just enough to be able to tell where to stop. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and tie lengths of the short shoelace around the large one and make a knot. That's going to give me the appearance of barbed wire, hopefully. Probably should have made this a little bit longer, but as soon as I can pull that tight, I think we'll have the look that we're looking for. Bam. So that, repeated all the way up and down the lace, is going to give us a pretty good and safe barbed wire appearance, right? I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat that all the way down the lace, and we'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so that part is done. I got some extras, but what you want to see is this is the look of the chain of fake barbed wire made from shoelace. Pretty happy with the way that turned out. So I think if I wanted to be overly protective, I could go back and put like a drop of glue on each one of the knots, but really this is just for the one party. I don't think I'm going to be wearing this out on Halloween proper, so I think the next step will be to glue this and start wrapping this around the bat here. So I'm going to pick a length that I'm happy with and add a bead of glue to the bat itself. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Let me get the cord out of the way. And just glue the end of the shoelace down to the bat. And then I'll try and make another bead here. Kind of half on and half off the end to both secure it and start wrapping the shoelace over itself here. I'm going to try and let that dry thoroughly before I proceed to wrap anything else around the bat, just because I don't want to work against myself and pull that off somehow. And maybe in the sense of being like overly careful and making this somewhat more durable. Let's do another bead of glue here. And further lock it down onto itself. While that's drying, what I'm going to do then is to wrap the length of shoelace around the end of the bat, around the cylinder of the bat here, and stop somewhere just shy of the end. The nice thing about hot glue, it dries, it sets up really quick. So I'm going to begin to wrap around itself and climb the barrel of the bat. I'm only a few revolutions around, but I'm already really happy with the way that that looks. It's dense. It gets the effect of the ferociousness of Lucille, but at the same time it's not too much, you know, it doesn't look, it's not a prop replica, you know, it's just a piece of costuming. Maybe it can be spread out a little bit more, maybe a little bit less regular. Then I'm going to come back glue it down to itself here on the far end. But for a piece costuming, I think that's pretty darn good. And just find the spot to properly glue it here on the end. Bingo. Never fails, it's hot glue. Pretty good. So now I'm just going to pick a few spots to reinforce it and kind of insert some glue underneath the shoelace itself so it just doesn't travel. Again, I'm sorry about the shakiness of this. As soon as I have a dedicated tripod, it'll be nice. But for now, we're making do, right? I'm a fan. I'm a fan of do-it-yourself kind of stuff. And for something less than like $5, all in, we got ourselves the trademark of that costume. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pretty sweet. Alright, well, that's a little bit of the cheap and cheerful realm closet cosplay. If you liked the video, press the like button, leave me a comment. If you have any suggestions, and if this spurs any ideas. If you guys have even done any closet cosplays, I'd love to see them. So leave me a comment below. Thanks again for watching. Good night.